58% of the American population would be included for the new $2,000 stimulus check or $2,000 dividend payment, as the president likes to call it, at least according to this article right here, which I will pop up on the screen in just a second so you can see and read for yourself exactly what they're saying right here. But it's actually making a really good point, because this article is also highlighting some of the remarks out of high-profile people within the administration, most notably the Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, his income threshold that he talked about, as well as what Americans are experiencing as far as their personal and household incomes as well. It's all highlighted right here. I want you to see this because this is actually very interesting, because we've been hearing about this $2,000 payment, the dividend, the stimulus, the distribution, the rebate, whatever you want to call it. The name literally doesn't matter, but many of us are wondering, is it going to be coming right now in 2026? If so, when is it really going to be hitting, and what are the parameters around it as far as who is really going to be included? Now remember, I've been saying this for a few months now. It's always based on nothing other than your income. That's it, your income. Does not matter if you're working, does not matter if you are filing a tax return, does not matter if you're living on fixed income benefit, it does not matter about anything else other than what is your income in relation to the threshold that they put in place. Anyway, I'm going to pop this up for you in just a second so you can see the details for yourself. Now, I want to point something out super fast. I know that a lot of you that watch these videos here on the channel are enrolled in Medicare. Now that we're here in 2026, if you are on Medicare, one of the nearly 70 million people, if you ever have any questions, if you need help with your Medicare plan or your coverages, if you need help finding the right Medicare coverages for you and your personal needs, you know what I'm about to say, call Chapter right there is 100% free. In fact, I just had a video the other day. Just in this community alone, in 2025, thousands and thousands and thousands of you just this past year, 2025, called them right there, and you're collectively saving $2 million from those of you right here in this community that have called them. That is absolutely incredible. In fact, I showed this the other day as well. I literally have a stack of papers here. These are all the comments I've been getting over the last couple months here. Page after page after page of these comments rolling in right here on this channel from those of you in this community that have reached out after saving a ton of money if you're on Medicare by calling Chapter right there. It's a free, 100% for free. They're saving those of you in this community big money, $2 million+ collectively of savings. That's amazing. Anyway, if you're one of the nearly 70 million people on Medicare, call Chapter there. That is your one-stop shop for all of your help with Medicare, finding the right coverages for you, whatever it happens to be, getting your questions answered, call them. And again, after you do, drop a comment down below, use the word Chapter, let me know how it goes, and I'll add your name and your comment to the ongoing massive list here, and I'll feature you in an upcoming video. All right, anyway, let's pop up this article right here, right now. Here's the article. Feel free to read through the details about this. Let me point this out because this is super interesting. Now, you might be thinking, it says 42%. You said 58. What a lie. No, here's the deal. I said 58% are included as far as according to this article. This article actually talks about 42% of the population not being included. So rather than saying not being included, I said 58% of you would be included, because I think people want to know that they're going to be included. Now remember, back in early November 2025, it was actually on, if I get my dates right, it was November 11th, maybe 10th or 11th. It was a day or two after the president posted about this $2,000 dividend paid to everybody, okay, excluding high-income people. Anyway, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent was out in an interview. In fact, I have a video right here on the channel. Feel free to scroll back and find it. It's right here on the channel still. I featured that interview of Scott Bessent right there in that video from back in early November. Again, you could find the video. It's right here on the channel from back in early November. That's probably about mid-November, actually, to be fair with you. But anyway, he mentioned that income thresholds would probably be under $100,000, okay? Well, as mentioned here in this article as well, they're talking about household income or individual incomes of $100,000. Well, according to Census Bureau information, in 2025, about 42% of the population earned over 100 grand, which is honestly really interesting. I did not know it was that high. According to the household data, though. Now, what's interesting about this is because there's a huge difference between households and tax return data. Now, at the beginning of this video, I said, doesn't matter if you're filing a tax return. By the way, this is not tax advice. This is not accounting advice. I'm not your CPA. I'm not your accountant. Talk to your own professional. Have to throw that quick disclaimer out there. But my point being is that it's based on these numbers here census data is based on households. Now, here's the deal. The distribution of these $2,000 payments is not based on a household. It's rather based on tax return, whether somebody files or not, okay? Let me give you a quick example, because before I started filming this video, I was actually thinking of an example of a family that I know. This is a family that I personally know, okay? It's a household that has probably, I'm trying to think how many people live there. It's a lot of people that live in this house, like 7 people or something like that, maybe, yeah, 6 or 7 people that live in this house. It's a bunch of people. But anyway, let me break this down for you, because collectively, these 6 or 7 people, however many it is that live in this house that I'm giving you for this example, they live in this house. They're all working except for one who is a minor. I don't think this person is working, but all of the adults in the house are working. I would bet between these 6 adults that they're probably earning well over $100,000. Again, you don't have to earn that much when there's 6 adults, like, 20 grand a person, you're well over $100,000. You know what I'm saying? So my point is, in this example, if it was just on this household, they wouldn't be qualified because they earn over 100 grand. However, they don't all file the same tax return. So let me give you the quick example here. In this household, again, that I'm thinking of, it's literally a household that I personally know, but it's this. It's a mother and a father who are like in their mid-60s. It's a daughter and I think 3 sons, okay? But the daughter is like 35, one son is like 33, another son is like 32 or 30 or something like that, 31, and then another son is like 28 or 29. My point being is they're all adult, they're all adults, even though that they're all living together, okay? So on a household basis, they earn over 100 grand. But again, I don't know if they really do, but I'm just anticipating, considering that they're all working, I would anticipate they're earning over $100,000 collectively between the 6 of them, right? But anyway, my point being is that they don't file all the same tax return. The mother and the father, who again are in their mid-60s, they file a tax return together as a joint return. The daughter, who's 35 or whatever she is, she files her own tax return, and then the 3 sons, who are all 30, late 20s, they all file their own individual tax returns. Individually, I would doubt that any of them earn over 100 grand. I'm just saying, I don't think that they do. I would highly doubt that they do. So on that basis, they all earn significantly under the threshold, making them eligible. But if you looked at them as a collective household, they would certainly earn over the threshold. Does that make sense? Okay. Now, the point that I wanted to bring up about that is this. They don't determine it on your household. They determine it on tax return income. Income that would be reported on a tax return. Now, you might be thinking, dude, you're contradicting yourself. At the beginning of the video, hello, you said you don't need to file a tax return. You're right. You don't need to file a tax return in general to be eligible for these types of stimulus payments, dividend payments, distribution payments. Because here's the deal. Whether you file a tax return or not, the IRS and the Treasury, they already know everything about you. They know how much money you earn down to the penny. They already know it, okay? So whether you file or not, they've already got a pulse on your income. They know, okay? So that's my point, is that according to this article here, again, they're talking about incomes being under 100 grand per household, which is good to know. But again, we're still waiting for, official guidance on this out of the administration. Just to be 100% fair with you, we're still waiting for the official guidance on this. But it's going to be based on individual or married couple as far as how someone would file a tax return if they filed a tax return on the federal level, not the state level, this federal level, okay, if somebody filed a tax return. Now, think of your own personal situation as well, okay? And again, you could be working full-time, you could be working part-time, you could be working none. You could be living on fixed income benefits, which I know a lot of you in this community are living on fixed income benefits administered by Social Security. Whatever the situation, it does not matter. Think of your own personal situation right now, okay? Just think of you. If you're an individual, think of it on an individual basis. If you're a married couple and both of you are receiving, a fixed income benefit from Social Security, or maybe you're working part-time, or one is working, one's collecting benefits, whatever the situation, it does not matter. If you're an individual, just answer this one question. This is all you need to ask. Whatever your income is, again, earned income or income paid to you through benefits, on an individual level, is your income below, say, 75 grand a year? Yes or no? It's the only thing you need to be asking, okay? On a married couple level, if you're a married couple and you would file a joint return, okay? If you were to file a tax return in the first place, I'm not saying that you need to. I don't know your situation. Again, not tax advice, even though this is, getting into tax season right here. You got to do what's best for you. I don't know your situation. Definitely not advice. But my point being is that if you happen to be a married couple and if you were to file a tax return, would you file a joint return? If so, as a married couple, is your income below 150 grand a year? Is that, is it? Yes or no? Okay. Again, you don't have to tell me. Just think to yourself. Don't leave a comment and say, yeah, my income's X. I don't want to know your income. Okay. That's not my business. Please don't tell me your income. That's not my business. It's nobody else's business how much money you're receiving or earning. Okay. But my point being is just that's all you really need to know about this is those are the income thresholds I anticipate them to come out with. Reason being is this is the common threshold that they've used over the years when they distribute these types of dividend, stimulus payments, economic impact payments, anything like this over the last several years. They've generally used the threshold of 75 grand a year as an individual, 150 grand a year as a married couple. And remember, it's not necessarily based on household income. It's based on what you would report on a tax return if you were to file as an individual or a married couple. That's what it's about, okay? I've been saying this for a couple months now since the president came out and he originally floated this idea of this $2,000 distribution dividend payment, the rebate payment. That's what I've been saying is just focus on the income. It's not about filing a tax return. It's not about working. It's not about all these other hoops that everybody else makes it sound like you need to jump through these hoops. Nah, that's not what it is. It's income based. And again, based on the Treasury Secretary, Scott Bessent, and what he said, again, income's under 100 grand. Income's under 100 grand. He just randomly threw that number out there, by the way. That was not an official number. We still do not have an official proposal on this right here as we speak right now, okay? Who knows? Maybe it comes out later today. Maybe it comes out tomorrow. Maybe it comes out in 3 months. We don't know. But back at the end of 2025, by the way, I had a video about this as well. Feel free to scroll back and find it. The video's still here on the channel. You can find it. But it was from maybe like 3 weeks ago, give or take a little bit. Actually, I'll tell you this much. I remember the date. Now that I think about it, I remember the exact date. It was on, well, if I can think of the date now, December 22nd. December 22nd, I posted a video. Scroll back and find it if you want. But Kevin Hassett, the White House economic advisor, he was out in an interview the previous day. So I posted that video on a Monday, and he was out in an interview on Sunday. Okay, so I posted the clip of him speaking on that, and it's very interesting because he was saying in that video clip and in that interview, he anticipates the official proposal to come out early in 2026. Hello, guess where we are? Early 2026. Come on, let's see it, right? So anyway, I would anticipate whether it's actually happening or not, we don't know. But my point being is that I wouldn't be shocked if we see an official proposal on this at some point sooner than later to, well, get us excited, get us talking, get us the details of this. And within the official proposal, it'll tell us exactly the income thresholds, the real income thresholds, not just some willy-nilly, Scott Bessent saying, it's $100,000. It's good. It's nice to have that little bit of a benchmark. We can use that as a placeholder, but that is not going to be the official threshold on the income. I would imagine that's not going to be it. I think it's going to be significantly lower than that. I think it's going to be about 75 grand for an individual and 150 for a married couple. If it were honestly up to me, I would say it should even be lower than that. That's what I would say. I would say maybe like 60 grand or 50 grand as an individual, and maybe like 100, maybe 120 as a married couple. Maybe. Okay? Anyway, but it doesn't matter. That's just what I'm saying about it. Let's just see what happens here. But again, I wanted you to see this article here so you could see the details of that and some of the statistics based on the Census Bureau and the explanation on the household versus the if somebody were to file a tax return differences there. Big, 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 big difference. Okay? Anyway, let me know what else I can do for you. Again, as always, if you're on Medicare, again, at any point throughout 2026, right here, right now, if you're uncertain about your Medicare plan, if you have questions on your Medicare coverage, if you need help finding the right Medicare coverage for you, whatever it happens to be, again, free, right here, free. Medicare help right there for free. Chapter Medicare, they've helped thousands, I mean multiple thousands of you in this community. Again, this is just a stack of comments that I've received just in the last, I'm going to say like 2 months, just down below that I've seen in the comments section about this. I've received way more comments than these 7 pages over the last, say, year or so. These are just in the last like 2 months or so that I've taken out of the comments section. Anyway, Give them a call if you have any questions on your Medicare. Drop a comment down below. Use the word chapter. Let me know how it goes. And I'd love to add your comment to the ongoing list here and feature you in an upcoming video, just like other people here in these comments that I have throughout this video as well. Otherwise, please subscribe if you're new here. Please share the video, 100% free, big share button right down below. Otherwise, check out the other 6,000 plus videos here on the channel. Enjoy your day. Leave your comments, your questions, your feedback down below. Again, go ahead and share that phone number as well. Take a picture, take a screenshot, write it down, by the way. That's going to be massively helpful for you throughout the year of 2026. At any point, you got questions on Medicare, grab your Medicare card, grab your phone, call them right there. They'll be massively helpful. All right, anyway, please enjoy your day. Take care. Hope this helps you. Subscribe, share, and I'll catch you again later in the next one.